Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Commissioner's Front Office Show. We have a special edition. This is Halloween 2023, baby. I myself am your host. I am Dr. Alan Grant. I'm a visitor here at Jurassic Park, and you will be my guest. I will make sure that I do not endorse this park. That was a quote from the movie, Joe. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome my co-host. I barely recognized him. I thought it was the postal man from the street, Joe Loger. Joe, welcome to the show. How are you doing, buddy?
Thanks, man. Just happy to be here.
I am happy to have you here, dude. Man, I am telling you what, I am not happy about, Joe. And actually, before I get into this, please help me.
It's been a long Wednesday for everybody. I know. I think it's time to announce our unofficial sponsor, Fireball. Please.
The one, the only, the true kiss of the devil.
The true kiss of the devil. Fireball.
It's not what we had back on the archaeological digs I did. That's Indiana Jones. So back what I was saying. You know what was not good, Joe? You know what's very, very not good?
I know. Yeah, I know, but go ahead and tell us. Just because
Arthur Smith, ladies and gentlemen, should at worst be fined by the NFL, at best be imprisoned for 10 years plus for not releasing on the injury report that Bijan Robinson was not feeling good. Okay, this man knew last night that he was not feeling good, went into the game, used him as a decoy on 5 plays. We knew what you're doing, Arthur.
No, we didn't know what he was doing. We didn't. That's the crazy part. We didn't know until halftime. Didn't know until halftime. He was like, oh, he said he wasn't feeling well. Well, then why'd you give him a carry at the end of the game, Arthur?
If I would have heard the announcers say one more time that, yeah, Bijan's not in the game because he's not feeling well, I'm not feeling well. How about me? Acknowledge me, okay? I still got to go out there and do it. I still got to go through with a fantasy football team that's not going to win this week because of you, Bijan. And it's not your fault. It's that stupid mustachioed head musketeer you got over there that doesn't care about the simplemans like me and Joe about fantasy football purposes. How can Bijan be the greatest running back of all time if he can't get touches? Ridiculous. Are you coming back, Joe? Well, I guess he's not coming back, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to get right into the recaps this week. Coming into your predictions, I am currently at 11-8-1, while Joe is at 11-9. Fantasy Messiahs. First match. Joe, welcome back. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, sorry about that. Go ahead.
All good.
Yeah.
Fantasy Messiah was 4-3, fourth place in this matchup, going against Tuna and defeated him. Tuna's 1-5 in eighth place. 123-102. Fantasy Messiah, your most impressive was Taylor Swift's boyfriend, aka Mr. Pfizer, 32. You also had Puka Nakua Cup at 21. Your most disappointing, Daniel, 5 players below 10, including Raheem Mostert was the lowest at 6.7. And I told you so, buddy. I told you he wouldn't run on the Eagles, and I was damn right to my own chagrin. Messiah's moves to 4-3. I said his record wrong earlier, but he is 4-3. He is still in fourth place. Love Train, your most impressive were Mark Andrews. Congratulations. Bye, Mark. Bucks defense was the next highest at 17. You had 50 points combined from the trio of players I sent over to your team. Boy, that could have helped me this week. Thanks, Joe. Most disappointing, you had 3 players below 10. All of them were below 5.48. So that's not very good. That's going to drop Tuna to 1-6, eighth place. Joe, who'd you have in this matchup?
I had me. And who'd you have?
No, you had Dan.
I thought I was playing Tuna.
No?
No, I was playing Andrew.
Yeah, you were playing Andrew. Where are you at?
I had Dan.
Yeah, you did. You absolutely did. I had Tuna. I got that completely wrong. But my players were a win. Next matchup, we have the Boner Pills, 4-2 coming into this. First place, They downed the Dirty Randys, who were 3-3 coming into this, sixth place, 128-99. Boner Pill's most impressive was LaMarvelous Jackson at 36, Run CMC at 22, and Jonathan Taylor at 21. The most disappointing for his team, Joe, was 5 players below 10, actually, so that was actually quite a bit. 2 wide receivers on that list, including Cooper Kupp and Keenan Allen. What a weird week.
Yeah, honestly. Very weird week.
Boner Pills, they advanced to 5-2, maintained first place. Not good news for you, Joe. We'll get to your matchup here very shortly. Dirty Randy's most impressive was Pat Mahomes at 38. And fun fact, Mason was actually leading this game going into Sunday Night Football. Incredible.
C-Mac.
Most disappointing, Mason, was yourself, Mason. Cole Kmet had 0.0. DK Metcalf did not play.
He didn't play.
Lockett, you also started Lockett too, who got you 5 points. Why not pick up Jackson Smith Njimba? I'm so scared saying that name every time. Dirty Randy's, you slumped to 3-4 in 6th place. Joe, who'd you have in this game?
Could you imagine if Desmond Howard did a promo on JSN? I think I had John. I did have John.
You did. You absolutely did. You're 2 for 2. I'm 1 for 1. All right. So moving on. I had John in that matchup.
Oh, okay.
Moving on to our 4:00 game, Joe. You know this one very well.
Oh yeah. I do.
Yep. This was you, 4-2, second place. You survived a furious comeback attempt by dealing up your cousins, though. Things got a little tight butthole there towards the end.
A little bit.
Yep. Were you worried watching that game?
No.
Okay. Chase, your most impressive, Joe. Oh, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. He beat Dealing Up Your Cousins 140-133. So you can see it was a tight game. Chase, your most impressive was going to be Jalen Hurts at 25. And then you had 5 other players above 16.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty solid week, sir, all around. Good for you. Most disappointing, Tyler Bates, lowest score. You also had 2 others below 10 as well. So those 6 guys really made up your team this week. Yeah.
What's his name?
Tyler Bass. Bass.
You're just trolling. Ewan Bass. I know. You're just playing into it. I just wanted to make sure I heard you right.
Tyler Bass. Chase Dees, you moved to 5-2, second place. Thielen's most impressive in this game. Get ready for this one. Was Kirk Cousins, Gus Edwards, and Travis Etienne all had above 22 points. What a duo.
Kirk Cousins in prime time.
In prime time.
Kirk Cousins in prime time.
Prime time Kirk Cousins. Also, Gus Edwards. Shout out to the Gus bus. You know, he's got a nephew named Gus, so get on some luck this week. Most disappointing, however, Andrew, is you had 4 players below 10. That's not going to win you games most week. It's almost half your team. Thielen falls to 2-5. Joe, who did you have in this matchup?
Me.
You always do, sir.
And
I also had you. Huh?
Oh, I thought you had Andrew.
No, I had you. You and John were the 2 I picked for the week.
Okay.
Remember, I fooled you. I led you on this long monologue. I'm going to pick the better man.
Love doing that.
Yeah.
I favorite thing.
It was my favorite part when I rewatched it this morning, which you should all do too. It's a good watch. Now, Joe, comes to
subscribe. That's how you do that. If you like and subscribe, then you can just catch it anytime. It'll just pop up.
Hit the bell button. You know you want to. It's going to give you notification on your phone when it happens. We'd appreciate that.
Fireball for America's game of the week, of the year, of the century.
Of our century game. You're absolutely right, Joe. This will probably be the last week Commish makes it because Arthur Smith has sent me down a death spiral. Run My Chub with Bijan Mustard was 3-3 in 5th place going into this game. I get sabotaged by that rat bastard, Arthur Pig-wearing a Richard Nixon Max Smith. Okay?
You can watch yourself, buddy.
Falling to Brees Lightning, 5-2, 3rd place. Was 4-2 going in this, now they're 5-2, 132-103. Joe, I tell you what, I've never been more miserable on a Sunday Okay, after actually buying YouTube TV to watch the Buccaneers, right? Because I didn't want to watch Red Zone. I had Red Zone on my laptop. I'm watching this. So, just a horrible overall feeling watching that game. And the fact that Bijan isn't doing it to us either. Are you kidding me? Where's the moral justice in the world?
Did you say you bought YouTube TV to watch the Bucs game?
Yeah, on Fox.
Okay, we'll talk after the show.
Okay, cool. Because I'm on the 7-day trial right now. So.
Yeah.
Well, but I get to catch Laker games though, so that's actually a plus.
Yeah, we'll talk after the show.
Gotcha. So, oh man, this is so hard to get to. My most impressive, Joe, Alvin Kamara, 24. Welcome back to the team. Do you remember one of my best team names of all time? I think second to this name currently.
Yeah, Alvin and the Cuckmucks.
Alvin and the Cuckmucks. You can't beat it, baby. He is back, baby. Back on the team. 24 points. Brown's defense got me 25 points, Joe. I'm going to be real with you. When I was watching on Sunday and I saw the Colts put up goddamn 38 points, I was thinking to myself, I have another Steelers situation here. I got negative 0.5 points, or at least at best, maybe like 5. I was pleasantly surprised when I tuned in to look at the fantasy scores on Monday morning. Yeah, that's right. I couldn't look at my phone the whole rest of the day after like 3 o'clock. So that was good, Joe. Evans, welcome back at 18. Good to have you back and leading my receiving core. Most disappointing, the rest of the team was below 11. All of them below 11, including Calvin Ridley at 1. Bijan, coach, I'm not feeling too good. Robinson had 0.38. Why he was out there, who knows? Arthur Smith doesn't care about him. I do. I dropped to 3 and 4. I'm still in 5th place. Thank goodness. Brees Lightning, you're most impressive in this. Josh Allen, 26. Tyreek Hill, the cheetah at 20. And AJ, I do manly things, Brown. Disappointing. You had 3 lowest scores of 8, 8, and 5. So it's not too terrible. You keep riding the Lightning to a 5-2 record. Joe, I had myself in this one. I got it wrong. You had?
I had Mahendra.
You're damn right. So, Joe, that means you go 4 and 4 on the week. You currently have the lead now. This is incredible. Record is 13, 10, 1. Me, you, 15 and 9. That's a good lead. Joe. Moving on. Better news. Waiver wires. Boner pills. Drop Zach Ertz. He added Kareem Hunt.
Timeout.
Yeah.
Pew, 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 pew.
Well, we still have one more to go before we get to that. But we can do it now, ladies and gentlemen. There has been a trade. You heard the bells. I heard the bells. It is the trade alerts alarm system. Joe, do you know who just got traded?
Yeah, George Kittle, which makes sense because he has Sam Laporta as well.
And he picked up Dalton Kincaid. He picked up Dalton Kincaid too. So he had 3 tight ends, and they literally just picked up each other. You know what I'm saying? It's incredible. Yeah, you didn't see that aspect, did you? Yeah. He wasted his waiver priority on Dalton Kincaid. Fun fact, ladies and gentlemen, I too had a waiver priority. We haven't got to my waiver pick. I used it on somebody else. But I did have one out there for Dalton Kincaid.
So who did he trade Kittle to?
He traded him to the number 1 team in the league, ladies and gentlemen, the Boner Pills, whose one weakness was tight end. Absolutely huge.
Yeah,
Mahendra is suffering for running backs, and I tell you what, I got some great ones on IR, buddy. Come over here. I got Joe Mixon.
I think, man, he really did good there. Oh no, I mean John really did good there. He got Kareem Hunt. For all of you who don't know, he traded George Kittle for Kareem Hunt. So we got Kareem Hunt. Is Jerome Ford out for a while? They say it's like a minor high ankle sprain. He didn't practice. We don't really know. But I guess Kareem Hunt's the only running back in Cleveland right now. I mean, is that worth the top 6 tight end? Just because you have Laporta?
You got Pierre Strong too. Don't diss Pierre Strong.
Like I was saying, is that worth?
So trade grades in this one, Joe, on a scale from F to A being the best, F being the worst.
I
What do you
think
give John?
I think because John's team is like his starting roster is so stacked anyways, he really gave up like nothing. And in the same time, I guess Mahendra really didn't give up that much either because he has Sam Laporta. And
Dalton Kincaid.
the only thing is that what do Dalton Kincaid and Sam Laporta have in common?
Dalton Kincaid.
What do they have in common?
The rookies.
Oh, what's the other thing they have in common? They both have week 13 buys.
Ooh, juicy, Joe. But wait, hold on. Dawson Knox could be back by week 13, so could have played into it.
All I'm saying is that he has 2 tight ends rostered, and they both have the same bye week.
Yep, I'd be happy to pick up either one. Joe, so
Sure,
what is your
he'll make a
grade?
deal.
John gets an A, I think, from you. He gets an A from me here. Like a solid A.
John gets an A. John gets an A. Mahendra about a B. You can give him a B. He had the plethora. It's not like he gave up
Okay. Right. But he could have came to me. Okay, and I might have given up.
He came to me with something too. But it was a little more than Kareem Hunt, you know?
Oh, I see. Wait, for Kittle?
Huh? For Kittle, yeah.
Oh, juicy.
So I was like, all right, but how about I give you a little bit more and you give me Laporta? And he was like, nah, I'm not giving you Laporta. Yeah, and I was like, all right, well, I'm not really looking to give you that for Kittle, but and then I see this and I'm like, but I could have given you something else.
I keep getting in contact with him, Mahendra. I keep getting in contact with you. I keep going to Roto Trade and I keep giving you. Never mind. I have the receipts on my phone, Joe. Don't worry about them. Mahendra, you're getting a B- in this scenario. Kareem Hunt, at best, is a short gap running back for the next 1 to 2 weeks. You give up a top 10 tight end, George Kittle, for practically peanuts. Guy that was on the waivers. So, and Jonathan gets an A+ from me on this. I think this was huge. This came through as commissioner. I get to approve or veto them, and I approve this immediately. But it was still shocking.
As you should, 99% of trades.
Oh, absolutely. Just like you and Mahendras.
Yeah.
Joe, I dropped the Cleveland defense, the same defense that got me the 25 points, and I added the Baltimore defense.
Yeah. Yeah. Woo! I don't know. Like, did I if I didn't already have Dallas's defense, I would have what?
Listen, I forget who Cleveland has this week, not too thing, but I think next week they have a tough opponent. And Baltimore has a strong, easy schedule for the next 3 to 4 weeks.
Yes.
So I'm good riding them. And also in our league, I think the Ravens were the
number 2
break defense. Let's go, baby. I need all the help I can get, Joe Lozier. Also, before we end this, Fantasy Messiah, who waits till after the waiver wires process, I don't know if he knows that he can make waiver wire claims, or if he just rather take the dice on things, which is fair. I respect it. He dropped Jordan Love in the Green Bay defense, and he picked up the KC defense and Jared Goff. So, Joe, why am I tossing things over here? Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for maybe the first time all season that we have a different America's Fantasy Football Game of the Week of the Century time, but we will get to that in our 3-piece segment. Joe, who is the 3-piece segment brought to us by? Don't say Jurassic Park, say InGen.
It's brought to you by
Fireball!
Fireball!
If dinosaurs were real, Fireball would be there for
piranhas.
Exactly. I like how that sounds. This is the previews, predictions, and pretentiousness, man. Joe, as you can tell by the season standings when I say who wins the games in the recaps, we know the SEC has all 4 bottom teams.
Yes, but that's not the way that our playoff scenarios are set up, though.
Precisely, ladies and gentlemen. So you watch this show. I know it's not for outside fantasy football advice, for having a good time, getting some good laughs, and hearing about an inside friend group that's tighter than a Cheerio. So we have it where the division's winners each make the playoffs, right? No matter how bad they are. And then the two other ones are practically wild cards, the two best records with tiebreakers, yada, yada, yada.
NFC East 2 years ago, AL Central this year, NFC South this year.
Thank you. So they're going to be in your 1 o'clock games this week. However, they're still entertaining games, but they're in your 1 o'clock games. Starting with our first one, which is the Love Train, who are 1-6 in 8th place currently, looks to get out of the gutter against the Thielen Up Your Cousins, who are got ahead of myself. The Dirty Randys, who are 3-4 and currently in 6th place. Bye weeks this week. Tuna has no one. Mason has Brent Maher, a kicker.
Maher Chevrolet.
Maher,
sorry. That was free advertising. Maher, pay me if you want me to do that again.
Tell him, Joe. Tell him. Projected to win in this one, we have Mason. A little flashback to week 1, ladies and gentlemen, because we actually have some empirical data now to show how people fared going up against each other. Mason won week 1, 147-130. With that being said, Joe, who you got going into this, man?
You tell me while I look at this matchup real quick.
I, sir, am going with Tuna. I think I'm going with Tuna. Tuna normally has a huge second half of the season, normally starts slow, picks it up in the second. I'm going with Tuna here, and that's also based off matchups. Joe, who you got? Mason's going to start 3 Seahawks again, so I don't want any part of that.
I'm gonna go with Mason. I think Mason's good.
The comeback begins, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Okay, our other 1 o'clock matchup, it happens to be a bowl game. This time it's called the Executive Bowl. This is pitting Rub My Chub with Bijan Muster, your commissioner, your beloved. I am 3-4 in 5th place. I am taking on the VP, FFO, your former host before we upgraded, Andrew, Thielen Up Your Cousins, Gennard, who is 2-5 in 7th place. Buys this week. Yep.
You are in 5th place, but if the playoffs started today,
reluctantly, which they don't,
you would be in them, even in 5th place.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true, Joe. Thank you for that. Yes, that's better than finding dinosaur bones on the prairie before a old white guy in an old white suit comes and sweeps me away to some mystical park where I'm gonna run from dinosaurs. So buys this week. We have 0.0. Projected to win in this one is the Commish at 113-112. Last I checked, which was about 11:22 Eastern time.
112-112? I got 112-112.
I rounded up, bitch. Okay. Back in week 1,
112.25 to 112.35. Projection.
Is Andrew at 3.5?
No, you are.
Yeah, baby, that's why I rounded up. Winner. Commish, I won back in week 1, 113.5 to 108. So how accurate is that they're projecting us to end with about the same matchup? Joe, as the 3rd member of the executive branch of this fantasy football league, who do you got, buddy? This is hard. You're betting against your colleagues. More importantly,
I don't really care about y'all. I'm looking at these matchups, and both of them got. Dude, Stephon Diggs might have a chance to break records tomorrow night, and that makes me sad. It makes me so sad.
Bijan's healthy. He just has a headache. Does that sway you, bro? Yo, Bijan for Amon St. Brown.
No.
You're high, dude. Oh my God, dude. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to this, man. God, I'm the one being chased by dinosaurs. Joe, who you got in this matchup? We're about to blow up on you, fool.
I got you.
Well, because you're a smart, beautiful, intelligent man.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I like that. Do you know who I have, Joe Lozier? I'm not gonna. tell you, yeah, bullshit, okay? Bullshit, all right? It is the commish. It has always been the commish. I'm back on the winning track. I'm going 4-4, baby. We're going to go 500. We're going to get back to 500. And I'm not stopping from there. I'm running through the SEC, put all of you on notice, okay? I should send private videos to each one of you to let you know this. But I'm going to tell you now, Tuna, oh, wait, let me go in order. Woo! Mason, next week I'm coming for you after I beat Andrew, and I'm going to run the floor with you, run the table to sweep you out of the race. Then I'm coming for Tuna, and I'm getting my revenge, okay? Calvin Ridley's going to have a 30-point game, right? Alvin Kamara, 25-plus, easy. Kyle Pitts, maybe still on my bench. We don't know, but I know that I'm going to win, Joe Lozier, just like I'm going to win in this game. Woo!
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm putting the house on it now.
I need
Second mortgage. Putting the mortgage on it.
Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up.
Yeah. Oh my God, please.
4 o'clock game, bro. 4 o'clock game, brother. We have the Brees.
The ACC is freaking stacked this week, dude.
Okay, this week, yes. But let me tell you something, Joe Lozier. The SEC between us has 5 championships. Each team has won a championship, at least half. You, ACC, on the other hand, have 3 championships between you all. How many represented that 3, Joe? Oh, that was hard. I didn't want to drop it. I thought about it all day. But you're changing things. Do your teams unstoppable? Oh man, I'm sorry, dude. I didn't mean that. But we do have the Brees Lightning, who are 5-2 in third place. They're winners of 4 straight, taking on the fantasy fraudsters at 4-3 in fourth place. Buys this week are 0. Projected a win, we have Brees at 130 to Daniel at 125. Brees, your Lightning, won the previous matchup 121 to 102, went on to lose 2 games in a row, and is now currently on a 4-game win streak.
Yeah, after the trade we made.
Joe, this is a good time to talk about it. Do you regret that trade now?
Not yet. Not yet.
10-4. My pick in this one, Joe, since I went first last time, I will actually go first again because, well, actually, no. I will go first.
I went first last time.
I'm going first again.
I picked you. I picked you last time, so now you go first.
Brees Lightning.
Damn it. Yeah, I'm going Brees too. Oh my gosh. Please.
There you go, Joe. Get back on track there. Now, Joe, it is the unofficial official sponsor Fireball who is going to be sponsoring unofficially.
With Brees, right? I'm taking Brees Lightning too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so we only differ on the first one so far, right? I'm taking Mason, you're taking Tuna?
Yeah. Mistake on you. It's now time for official sponsor Fireball to officially sponsor this segment. This is, ladies and gentlemen, after we do this shot, because get ready for this. This might be the greatest one of all time.
This might as well be the Super Bowl. But what is it?
Fantasy football game of this week, of the year, of our century game. We can put, we should put that on a t-shirt. We saw a whole bunch of it. Joe, you know what we have in this game?
We would sell like a minimum of 8. We would just have to buy a couple of them ourselves.
If we were 1 per 10, we would have 1 sold. That's $10 profit, boy. We have in this matchup, Joe Lozier, Boner Pills, 5-2, first place, looking to stay atop the mountaintops, going against none other than your co-host, Chase D's. 5-2, second place, the battle of first place, ladies and gentlemen. No matter who wins, we lose.
It's a fact.
I'm killing it tonight. There are no buys in this game, Joe.
There's no buys in any game. There's no buys all week. No, nobody's got buys.
There was one.
Nobody's got buys. 0 buys.
Yeah, Mason's got Brett Maher. You're a liar. Projected to win, Boner Pills, 133 to 121. Joe, that does not sound good for you. Chase D's, week 122 to 102. Since then, Boner Pills has went 5-1. Do you know who that one loss was, Joe?
Which team?
Boner Pills.
Oh, yeah, you smoked them.
Yeah, one loss. That's the me, baby. That tells you how good I am. Joe, I went first the last 2. I think it's only fair that you go first because I'm genuinely curious. I think I know who you're going to pick.
Fuck.
But I want to hear it.
Man.
Oh, he's actually looking at this seriously.
You know, looking at the matchups, being a realist, I want to be a realist. I want to think about what's best in the interest of making my picks for our full season record. But I'm not going to, because I'm going to win. I'm picking me. John's going down. He's going down to number 2. I'm going to number 1. I got me. Let's go.
I taught him everything he knows, ladies and gentlemen. Now let me interject a little poison rationality into this conversation, okay? So when I broke down this matchup, I took not only the teams, the matchups, but I took the individuals that are running them, okay? Unlike the Falcons, whose individual that's running their football team is
selfish,
a rat-eyed, sharp SOB because of mustache.
Scandalous.
I look at other things, okay? So from the personal level, from a matchup level, from a satirical level, from an empirical level. Joe, who am I going with?
John.
You goddamn right I'm going with John. Just like I ran from the T-Rex and saved those kids from all those dinosaurs on Isla Nublar, I am going with Jonathan, ladies and gentlemen, because that's where it's at. Joe, I'm sorry, but you're losing it. I look good, don't I? I left my aviators at work.
Like out of 10, you're 12 out of 10.
Look at the visitor badge. I got Jonathan, Joe.
12 out of 10, bro.
Fuck yourself. John's taking it. I'm catching up to you on the standings. Ladies and gentlemen, woo! Well, have a good Halloween. Mason's here to join us.
Hi, Mason.
Another thing, we're going to sign off here. I would like to sign off with saying, Joe, as always, thank you for being my co-host tonight. Next time I get invited to an island full of dinosaurs, I'm going to make sure I invite you. Okay? We can suffer it together, and you will deliver the mail there daily. Joe, what can the people do if they like this video?
Oh, like, subscribe, take a shot of our unofficial sponsor, Fireball, and then you'll be more likely to like and subscribe. Or just hit the bell. Ding the bell. Ding, ding, ding. That's what the cool kids. The cool kids.
I'm Clay Major, the commissioner. You are done. Let's get out of here with a shot of Fireball
Hell yeah,
and a little 60s rock and roll music, ladies and gentlemen. Oh,
Ding
that's
the
going.
bell.
But it's the official and unofficial sponsor.